How are you, Aaliyah? You're looking great since giving birth. And she's all like, thank you. You're looking mighty fine yourself.
Whoa, what?
Hi everyone, it's Ketchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So we are back with another episode of Not So Berry, and I've got quite a bit to catch you guys up on because I recorded an entire episode that was not actually recording, and I'm kind of a little bit annoyed and frustrated. What happened is, very occasionally with my capture program, it will record the game footage, but every once in a blue moon, it will record not that. This time, it recorded the window that records my audio. So I was talking the whole time and playing, and it was capturing the screen that had my audio recording software the entire time. So that whole audio is useless because there's no game footage to go with it. So it's so frustrating. Luckily though, not that much happened in that last episode. I had kind of like a cool down episode where I wanted to kind of have Glade get some skill working going and also like work on getting our money up a little bit. As you can see, it doesn't even really look like we did that, but trust me, we definitely did. What happened is I spent most of it doing the nursery. So shoot, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was in the last thing I recorded that was supposed to be the last episode where I showed you guys what the house rental looked like. That was in that lost episode at this point, so you guys don't even know what the house looks like. No worries, I will show you guys that in just a second. But we did that, and I think, yeah, we did a yard sale. We hung out a bit. We talked to Nox a little bit and Aaliyah, and there's some drama there that I need to catch you guys up on. But in the meantime, I'm gonna actually head back to the house. As you guys can see, we have another family member right here. So in that last episode that didn't get recorded at all, we actually ended up having Nora was in her third trimester with labor coming any second. So I thought that she might give birth in that episode, and she didn't. And she actually gave birth off screen while I was just like playing. And so I ended up having to pull Glade out of work so he'd go to the hospital with Nora and she can give birth to the baby. So I was banking on him getting a promotion. That day I pulled him out of work and he ended up not getting a promotion because he left work early. We're still waiting on that promotion. I need for him to get to level 6 in his career. But yeah, I should probably catch you guys up on that too, because I've been grinding the heck out of Glade's skills and his career off screen. And so off screen, we ended up getting Glade up into his career far enough that he got to pick a branch. And I actually ended up having him pick the branch that would help us for this Not So Berry challenge. So as you guys can remember, I tweaked the rules for my mid-gen for what we need to achieve, and one of the things we need to achieve is we need to max out his aspiration, fabrication skill. So I picked the branch where he would need to fabricate a lot, which is actually the branch that doesn't pay as well. But as you can see with his daily tasks, don't mind the work from home. I had him work from home I think the last time he worked, so that's what that's about. But as you can see, fabrication skill is part of his promotion tasks, and he constantly has to like make things as his daily task for this branch of the career. So he's currently a design guru. I'm hoping next time he goes into work we'll get a promotion and he'll be level 6 in that field. We need that. So this is the baby. So Nora ended up giving birth to a little baby girl, and I decided to name her Sienna. So I had another name in mind for the baby, but I ended up not using it because it kind of meant a different color. So I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for that. But let's get Glade back to bottle feed the baby and bounce the baby. Yeah, he's coming back. But this is the baby's nursery, as you guys didn't see. I think the last time you guys saw... Oh, Nora's back from work. Perfect. I'm gonna actually come back to her in a minute because I need to tell you guys some updates on Miss Nora. In the meantime, what are we gonna have you do? Why are you depressed, honey? Okay, we'll look at that later. I think she's going to help the baby. Go ahead, help the baby. One of y'all is gonna help the baby. But let's have Glade then, since it's Sienna's birthday. The time just flies by, doesn't it? Yes, in fact, let's go ahead, because that's the one thing I want to do in this episode. We're going to actually have Sienna's birthday, which this feels so fast now because I'm so mad that we missed that I lost that episode, because that would have been a nice breather between Sienna's birthday and you guys like just seeing what they're up to. But alas, let's go ahead and we'll talk to our plants too. But this is the house reno, you guys, that you guys didn't see from that lost episode because life. So it's super cute. Why are you tense? Friend balance. Oh, I don't care about that lifestyle. Who cares? But so as you can see, like this is the finished product. So this is what it's looking like. I hope you guys like what I did with it. So I did like a whole tour before, but we're gonna do this real fast because we've got a lot to do today. I'm actually gonna pause so that we don't miss too much. So if you guys remember the last time we were here, all of this was unfinished, and I said this room was going to be for Nora. And so what happened was Glade did some research, and he's like, look, I know you wanted to be like a high fashion like print model in the big city, but I still want you to chase your dreams to be a model. And everything I'm looking at is showing me that being like a Simstagram model is like the next big thing. It's going to get your face out there. You're going to be able to be on the front of magazine covers like you're thinking of, but you can do that now from the comfort of your own home and your own space and here in Evergreen Harbor with me. But you could still be like a big time name. And so Nora was a bit skeptical of it, but she started getting into it and she realized that she really liked it a lot, being like a social media influencer. So, you know, he put together this station for her so she can make videos. She quit her job as a babysitter and entered the social media career track. So she does that. She comes home and she does her own social media for herself. And she's been making some decent money off of those videos too, which is, you know, we need that. But to put the station together, because I did move the computer that was on the table downstairs up here. So I actually got this piece from Ravasheen. She took the video station that's in game. It's all like one piece on the table, and she kind of made pulled it apart so that you could just use the pieces and put it on whatever table you want. So that's what we've got there. The bedroom looks pretty much the same. I didn't change that part. Like literally the whole part of the house that was here initially is still here. I just added onto it. So this is the same. I did add planters to the little balcony. And then of course we've got this extended part of the balcony from the extension. This is really kind of like Nora's place for her to relax. So she can sit out here, sunbathe, do some yoga, and you know, the whole nine. So down here, like I said, this whole area is pretty much the same. I did rearrange the living room slightly. As you can remember, like this bookshelf was back here. I moved it forward and then just moved the TV into that. I don't know why I didn't think to do that initially. Instead, I had like an extra piece that I like put on the wall to put the TV on. And I'm like, why am I wasting space doing that? Why don't I just put the TV in this empty space on this bookshelf? So that's what we did. I added some paintings. I put this here for toys for Pepper. This whole back wall is bare. I know it looks very empty. I'm hoping to fill this up with like family pictures. So that will be cute. Here are the wedding pictures. Very cute. And if you see in Nora's office space, I did put some wedding pictures up in her office space too. You can't see them that well because it's dark up here. And then over here is Sienna. I'm not going to get close in on that room just yet because Ms. Nora is breastfeeding and I, don't have streamer mode in right now. So she is topless. But this is Sienna's nursery over here. The funny thing about this wallpaper is when I initially put it up, I thought it was red with bees on it. I'm like, oh, that's cute because you know how much Glade loves his bees. But then when I looked close, I'm like, those are not bees. Those are red jays. Those are birds. So, not smart. But anyway, this is a spare room for an additional child that they may have. So I use this wallpaper that makes it look like it's partially been painted. So we're going to leave it like that until we decide to fill in the space for additional children. But I did have Glade fabricate some bookshelves. There's one in Sienna's nursery and I put the other one in here. So I'm going to have him continue to fabricate stuff for the babies. Out here, this is a reskin recycler. So if you guys remember or know, the recycler in the game's this huge piece of machinery. And it doesn't look realistic to have one of those at your house. So Ravasheen actually did a reskin of it to make the recycler look like a regular recycling bin, like a trash can. However, the thing about this is that it truly is just a reskin. So if you use this recycler as a recycler, you'll still see the animations for the machinery recycler. So it's kind of funny to look at. But as far as realism and just the aesthetic, I really like this a whole lot more than the actual recycler in the game. So that is what we have. And then in here is the downstairs bathroom. Pretty basic. It's not really well decorated because I ran out of money while we were renovating. So it just has the bare essentials. It's got a sink, a toilet, and a tub. And I made sure we definitely had these things because we needed the tub in advance since we need something to bathe Pepper in. But that is it, you guys, as far as me catching you up on the house reno. And the last episode, and I'm going to actually have Glade get ready for this party. I'm actually going to have him cook the cake, and I was going to make it an event for this birthday party, but I'm just going to invite a bunch of their friends over, because we do not have time. We're going to make a honey cake. Yeah, let's do it. But anyway, yeah, in that last episode, it was just a whole lot of, Glade getting his skills up. I had him fabricate a bunch, and then we finally used this yard sale table to sell some of that stuff that we've been accumulating, particularly the honey we've been collecting from the bees. We sold a lot of that. I wanted to sell things realistically, and shout out to Key Red because I mentioned that I wanted a realistic way to sell stuff that he found in the dumpsters too, and she recommended getting this yard sale type items from around The Sims 4, so that's what this is from. And so I pulled this out and did the yard sale with that, and we did sell a decent amount. I think we sold $400 of things. It was good. But yeah, this whole area is where we're going to keep a lot of our stuff. This is where we got, we're going to keep our fabricator, which I got from the last promotion that Glade had, if you're wondering. Oh, and we did invest in some laundry care items. I decided to have them do it the sustainable way by using the wash bucket, and yeah, we're going to be doing that. But the funny thing at that yard sale is that we noticed some weirdness between Aaliyah and Nox. So Nox showed up at our yard sale looking pretty sad, and Aaliyah showed up looking pretty happy and slightly flirty. And so Nox was sad for two reasons. So at some point, Blossom, his mother, died off screen, so he was sad because of that. But there's also maybe some trouble in paradise because Nox actually circled back to our house after the yard sale, and he kind of hung around, and Glade was kind of weirded out, trying to figure out, why are you still hanging around, Nox? What's going on? And apparently, Glade got the feeling that, there might be some trouble in paradise, especially because after that, Aaliyah started hanging around the house quite a bit too. And so Glade started to get the impression that I think Aaliyah might have some feelings for me in a like sort of way. And it kind of got confirmed because while they were eating dinner last night, Aaliyah sent him a text message asking him out on a date. So Glade feels kind of terrible because, as you remember, at the wedding, Glade was kind of a jerk, kind of making it seem like, well, really, I should explain that to you guys because I thought I explained it, but that was in the lost episode. But anyway. that whole thing with Glade and the weirdness with him asking why she was with Nox, and they could like he's into the same things as her and they could have been a thing or whatever, was because like Glade low-key feels like he's like at a higher level than Nox, and that's really egotistical and jerky of him to feel that way, but that's how Glade feels. He feels like he's a higher caliber guy than Nox. But yeah, Glade, I mean, you think you're cute, but anyway, let's have him invite his friends over for little Sienna's birthday so we can age her up. I'm talking a mile a minute, you guys. I'm sorry. It's because a lot of this stuff came out a whole lot more naturally when I recorded that episode that didn't get recorded. So now I'm just like having to be like da-da-da-da-da-da and then da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So bear with me. But anyway, Glade thinks that he's like hot stuff. So apparently. And he's all like, well, shoot, if you're into Nox, you could have been into me, right? But he wasn't thinking that or saying that because he necessarily even wanted to that he wanted to be anything romantic with Aaliyah. He was just in his feels and in his ego. So that is that on that. But it clearly gave Aaliyah the wrong impression because you remember Aaliyah was in love with Glade, and then when she found out that he was into Nora and whatnot, he felt like, well, she felt the way she felt, like crap. And so she got with Nox. He was very interested in her, but he kind of like opened the door for her, making her feel like, well, shoot, now I have a chance. And she really kind of doesn't, because I'm going to let you guys in on a secret, you guys. Glade and Nora have been like little affectionate bunnies since the second they got married. Like, they are so in love with each other, it's kind of gross. Like, they're constantly coming up to each other to autonomously devote their love and affection for each other. And they have just been like all over each other since they've gotten married. Like, it's been a very long time since I've actually like played with a couple, like a Sims couple that have been like this naturally like into each other. So it's crazy. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, the level of affection that they've had for each other has actually resulted in something. So as you guys might have been noticed, I've been avoiding getting too close with the camera onto Nora, and that is because Nora is with child again. So I know you guys are probably like gobsmacked at this right now that Nora is pregnant again, because Nora was already pregnant and she just gave birth to the baby what feels like yesterday. But here's the thing. Nora got like a work assignment where she had to go to the club and take a picture, and she took Glade with him. They had their entire lives. They had some risky woohoo at the club, and that risky woohoo resulted in the baby. I don't know what it is with Glade and his shooters, but they are incredibly accurate, and they had some fun times together and had another baby again. And in fact, I didn't even know she was pregnant until she got a moodlet buff talking about how she was excited to be pregnant. I'm like, huh? Yes, Miss Nora is pregnant again. So Blade's just gonna have to go into overdrive, working even harder to keep getting her promotions, because before baby Sienna is even a toddler, she is already a big sister. Insane. So yeah, now that we can come in this room, now that the cat's out the bag, and we know now that, Nora is pregnant again. This is what the nursery looks like. This is what little Sienna's nursery looks like. I tried to keep it red and decorated that way, but it is what it is. I'm doing a very terrible job with the camera right now. But this is what it looks like. This is Sienna's little crib. She's got some stuffies. I love this little changing table. I forget where I got it from, but if anybody's interested, ask me in the comments down below, and I will try and look for the link. This is the other crafted bookshelf. I got this tablet in advance just so that when Sienna ages up to a toddler, she can use this to up her toddler skills. And I do want to get I do have Pandasama's toddler stuff pack with those toddler items, so once she becomes a toddler, I'm probably going to delete the changing table, obviously the crib and all of that, to make room so that she can do some of those activities she has in there, like the basketball hoop and the rocking horse. Like, we'd love that. We'll do that. But yeah, that is everything, you guys. That is this. Everything's up to speed now. So I did have Glade invite everybody over for Sienna's birthday tonight, and I'm gonna have him pull Aaliyah to the side at some point to kind of have a conversation with her and say, you know, what painting skill? How did she get a painting skill? I don't even know how she got a painting skill. That's weird. But anyway. I'm gonna have him pull Aaliyah to the side to have a conversation with her. No, we don't have a time for you to sleep. Go take a power nap. But he's gonna pull her aside, have a conversation, say, look, Aaliyah, like, I got your text message about you asking me out, and I don't know what type of issues you're having with, oh my gosh, she's already here. Well, go ahead and take your power nap. Oh, all our guests are here for Sienna's birthday. Oh my gosh. Interesting. So he's going to have the conversation, just not quite yet, with her and say, look, I don't know what problems you might be having with Knox, but I just want you to know I'm not interested in you in that way. And, you know, I can't be getting... She really came into my house and decided to soak in my tub. That's crazy. She really thinks that she's going to be the next Everberry, that she's just going to oust Nora out here and be Glade's new wife. That's insane to me. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, at some point he's going to need to have the conversation with her and say, look, we're not going to be anything but friends. I need you to understand that. I'm very in love with my wife. Like, we can have that. In other news, though, Ava has actually been to the house a lot in a not weird, shisty, I'm trying to steal your man kind of way. She's actually been calling Nora a lot to hang out with Nora, and they've all just been hanging out together because she comes over, like, all the time. I think it's because, if you guys remember during the wedding episode, we kind of found out that Ava was pregnant, and I think her and Nora kind of bonded in that sense because now they're both mothers, and so Ava wanted another mom to hang out with, and she kind of looked to Nora for that. So I thought that was kind of cool. I love that about them, that they're like new mommy friends. Because you know that Glade and Ava kind of have like a brother-sister friendship going on, so I love how very sweet their like whole friendship with the three of them is. It's cute. But I'm actually gonna have Glade catch up with Aiden because he actually hasn't seen him since the wedding. Aiden's a little bit peeved by that too, because he's all like, dude, you said that we were still going to, you know, be best friends and whatnot, but I haven't heard from you since the day you got married. And Glade's like, look, dude, like, I get it, but I underestimated how much work and time and commitment babies are. And, you know, I've been working towards my career so I can afford all these things. So, like, don't be mad. And he's like, look, I'm trying not to be, but, like, you kind of blew me off the other night when I asked you to hang out, which he did. He did ask him to hang out, and Glade said, you know, he can't. So, you know, it is what it is. Glade is over getting his mind centered and prepared for this birthday and for this having this conversation with Aaliyah to be all like, look, I need for you to back off and to respect my marriage. He's like, this conversation will go well. She will understand, and we can all go back to being regular friends. It will be okay. So Glade went ahead and he found Aaliyah here in the nursery, which is so sweet because it has me thinking that maybe Aaliyah is missing her baby right now. Just looking at baby Sienna, it's making her think of her baby. So that's cute. But he's all like, how are you, Aaliyah? You're looking great since giving birth. And she's all like, thank you. You're looking mighty fine yourself. And he's all like, you know, hold your roll with that. He's all like, look, I don't mind paying you a compliment, I really don't, but I gotta say, when you texted me the other night saying that, you know, you wanted to go out on a date, it kind of was not a good look. I felt a little bit like you overstepped because, you know, I am married and I very much love my wife, Nora, you know, your recent roommate. And she's all like, oh, I mean, I'm sorry. I thought I was reading you differently. You know, things have kind of been rough between me and Knox, and the way that you were acting at the wedding, I thought that maybe you were interested in me romantically. And Glade's all like, look, I'm going to tend to my baby, but while I'm doing that, I do want to tell you that, look, it was very wrong of me for how I came at you during the wedding, how I spoke about, you know, you and Knox. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. It was wrong for me to kind of talk about it that way. That is the, you know, father of your child. And, you know, Knox, when I saw him at the wedding, the way he looked at you and the way you were glowing, pregnant, I know that he cares about you a lot. In fact, you know, he was over here the other night and he seemed kind of sad. I don't know if you guys are going through some sort of like relationship troubles, and I don't know if that's the reason why you thought, you know, maybe you could try and move on and, you know, ask me out on a date. But I just want you to know that, you know, I think you should give Knox another shot. He's a great guy. He's a good guy. And the two of you have a lot in common. I know you're into eco stuff, and, you know I made things weird by talking to you about how much I'm into eco stuff, but honestly, Knox is a good guy, and I think you guys could be good together. He's got a pure heart, he's got an open heart, and I think whatever it is that you guys are going through, I hope you're able to get over it. And, you know, Knox did just recently lose his mother, so I don't know if that might have caused some weirdness between you guys too, but I want you guys to be okay, and I also want you to respect my marriage. So Leah's all like, well, that was a lot, and that's giving me a lot to think about. I kind of don't want to really talk about what's going on between me and Knox, but I'll keep what you set in mind, and of course, I will respect your marriage. I feel a little bit embarrassed at, you know, me trying to ask you out again. He's like, don't be embarrassed, you know, maybe in a different world or a different lifetime, the two of us could have been, you know, a thing, but as it stands right now, we're just friends. And she's all like, you know, I could be okay with us being just friends. You know, you're a really great guy. Glade, Nora's a really lucky lady. And he's like, thank you. I'm a lucky guy because I am head over heels for her. So that is the end of that, you guys. I know a lot of you guys were thinking that, you know, Glade was about to blow up his whole relationship by being wishy-washy about Aaliyah, but he's really not at all. He thinks that Aaliyah is really great, but he just doesn't, his heart doesn't skip a beat with her like it does with Nora. So I'm actually going to have Glade do the honors because he is our mid-gen sim. So we're just going to have them go here together, and then I'm going to have Glade go ahead and age the baby up. I'm not going to do the baby's makeover on screen because we did a lot already in this episode. So we will start off next episode with baby Sienna's makeover. In fact, let me just have Nora do it because Glade's already sitting in that chair and it's perfect. So go ahead, age the baby up. More choices, age up. Happy birthday, Sienna! I'm so excited. Oh, yay! Baby Sienna! Are you guys seeing that? Okay, first of all, baby Sienna has crazy looking eyes, so there's that. But baby Sienna actually aged up with red hair. That's insane. Has that ever happened to anybody with their red gen sim? That the baby actually aged up with red hair? I'm living for it. How did the game know that the baby needed to have red hair? Okay, let's go ahead and roll a dice on what her trait is going to be. So I might just give it to her, but actually baby Sienna was actually a really good baby. I know, like, a lot of babies are annoying, but baby Sienna slept through the night, and she did. You know what? I'm gonna pick her trait because baby Sienna, she's giving me that she's a charmer. I like that, and she's independent because baby Sienna really did, like, she did a lot. And if you guys are wondering why baby Sienna has 2 traits as a toddler, it's because I have the more traits mod in. I won't be using the additional trait slots for when she is a adult though, because it could get a little bit cheaty. But we're gonna do that. But oh, Sienna's a toddler now. Look at her. Let's get a closer look, because I kind of like, okay, let's see. Like I said, her eyes are a little bit scary, but I am living for the fact that baby Sienna actually aged up with red hair. I love that for us. But she's cute. I think she's going to be a cute baby. Look at her and her mother. I think she's got good genes to work with, so... And I might actually just keep her... I might make her skin tone a touch darker. But other than that, I think baby Sienna is pretty cute. She's pretty cute. So we're going to actually end it on this freeze frame. We'll let Nora be in it. Let me know in the comments down, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you thought of this episode. What do you think of the house runner? Do you think it's cute? The only correct answer is yes. What are you feeling about Aaliyah? Do you think that Glade kind of put the kibosh on her, trying to move in on him in a romantic type of way? Or do you think she might still have feelings there? Do you think Glade is being truthful about how he feels? I know you guys are on the fence about that, but I swear, if you guys could see how they are off screen, he is all over his wife, so he's not interested in Aaliyah in that way, and I think he's kind of proven it, because he's had tons of chances to be with her and he just hasn't. But just let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.